when we decide we want to go back to that model that's there, would the board want me to extend an invite from Casey for the next board meeting? Or do we,
To me, that bottom line number to me is, if that works, then it works, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't, and it seems almost like, I mean, I like Casey, I'd be happy to see him, but it seems like maybe a longer discussion than is really necessary, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I think we can hold up. There might be another conversation.
he's also presenting at TCOG this Thursday, so I can have more.
There might be another conversation to be had with Casey at some point later this year.
Okay.
New business. End of an era. The village was approached in early 2018 by Teamsters Local 317 out of Syracuse, stating that our DPW had voted to accept representation by the Teamsters, and thus began a 8 or 9 month collective bargaining process, which has now concluded. The village board has reviewed the proposed contract between the village of Trumansburg and the DPW as represented by Teamsters. I say the end of an era because the village DPW was the last non-union DPW or highway department in the county, so. Yes. So, and so with that said, the DPW employees voted to approve and adopt this negotiated contract last week. And so it is now up to our board to vote to adopt it. So we can certainly have additional discussion if necessary after we move this document, but I would entertain a motion then to approve and adopt the labor agreement between the Village of Trumansburg Department of Public Works and the Village of Trumansburg and Teamsters Local Union 317.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Do we have any discussion, comments, questions, or otherwise?
Do we want to give any highlights? A lot of this
Highlights.
discussion has happened.
Certainly the document itself is available by via FOIL. Most of it, I will say, is fairly consistent with our existing personnel policy in terms of grievance process, hiring process, and so forth. Obviously, as a municipality, we're bound by civil service law, so that cannot, in some ways, in terms of the hiring, that cannot be bargained away. We maintain a 52-week, 1-year probationary period for all new hires. There is a no strike and no lockout clause on behalf of the DPW. There is some language to do with what is considered bargaining unit work versus subcontracting, so that the jobs of the DPW members are protected against being laid off because something has been subcontracted out, for example. There was some significant portions of the contract are putting to paper what had already kind of existed over the years on a non-official basis in terms of interdepartmental practice with respect to seniority and so forth. In terms of the bottom line, which is where a lot of these contracts end up going in terms of negotiation, the contract puts in place a guaranteed wage increase of 2% per year for the next 3 years. healthcare or health insurance remains the same in terms of what is provided and the percentage that is paid by the employee, which is the same as every other full-time village employee. And I'm just looking to see if there's anything else significant. The only other significant change is currently full-time village employees are given a certain amount of vacation time, which they accrue monthly based on the number of years that they have been employed with the village. This gives them the ability to have a certain number of maximum earning of vacation time per year, and they're allowed to carry forward up to 150% of that from year to year. So with just round numbers, if someone can accrue 100 hours a year of vacation time, then once they hit 150 hours of vacation time in their vacation bank, they stop accruing any further until they drop off of that 150. So it allows for people who never use vacation to carry forward a little extra, although certainly we encourage employees to use their vacation time. In this particular contract, that 150% carry forward cap has been eliminated. 100% of an employee's yearly accrual is the most that can be carried over from year to year. That was eliminated in favor of adding a seniority tier at 16 years of service, which would give a slightly higher accrual rate at that point. And so that's really it in terms of the high glossy overview. I feel like this is a seminal moment in village history. Any additional comment?
No, just thank you for sharing, because so much of the, personnel discussion had to be private, so.
This is hopefully going to limit our executive sessions from now forward.
So you just,
I said hopefully.
Okay. All right, then if there's no additional comment, then I would call for a vote on adopting this labor agreement between the village and Teamsters Local 317. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, I'll sign that for Bill.
I only printed one. Should I print two?
I'll ask Bill what he wants.
Okay.
Last item under new business is we need to set our State of the Village, 2019 State of the Village meeting date. We've usually done it the last Saturday of January and or first Saturday of February, depending on everyone's availability. So we would be looking at January 26th or February 2nd. If either of those dates are better or worse for anyone.
I may be gone actually, but I don't know when.
Both of them?
I may not be able to, I'm sorry, I may have to, we may have to continue this one, at least for me, by email. I'm not exactly sure how that will go.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So then we will either have our State of the Village either on the January 26th or February 2nd. I will send around that email. And then we will post on the village website and Facebook page and everywhere else the actual date. If that sounds okay.
Works for me.
That's typically like 9 a.m., 10 a.m.?
9 a.m.
I'm also gonna send around the email about non-availability for budget.
Times, yeah, that was
Ooh.
more what I was thinking, but I thought I could dodge that.
No.
You just,
No, I mean, I would have.
you just
time.
can't leave the village for the first quarter of every year.
Right,
Just don't.
thank you.
I'm going to start leaving the village for the first quarter of every year, I think is,
You better put that baby on Paul's still.
Yeah.
April 10th
Oh,
or
man.
whatever it is.
I'm gonna be coming in here during paternity leave. That's depressing.
So here it helps development to read spreadsheets.
That's,
And,
yeah,
and keep in mind, Hannah went to planning board meetings.
that's true. That was very impressive. Yeah.
Yes,
Did
yes.
Wyatt walk?
I hope
Or
everyone
everybody
watching
at the
this
meeting or
respects
something.
how impressive
Yeah.
that
That was the first village meeting I'd ever missed.
So, yeah, you'd hate to come in here during labor, that's what I will say.
Well,
All
that's
right,
just not
that's
gonna
too
happen,
similar.
so that's easy.
Item number 11 is approval of abstracts.
I did not go through these.
So we have a general fund abstract in the amount of $233,166.31. Looks like we have our initial 50% deposit to Alarm Tech for cameras and security equipment for the firehouse.
That's sort of
Snuff
exciting.
plan, it's all paid off.
The first section?
No, we just did the
Post-
snow.
Possible. I mean, they wanted money the day they started and the day they finished.
For that, just for the first piece though,
Right,
when's the next one free up?
in the next couple days.
Couple days, okay.
Have you scheduled that yet, Ben?
I have not, let me get in touch with them about that, yep.
Move that we approve this general fund abstract in the amount of $233,166.31.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? And all in favor of paying the general fund abstract, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Next is, speaking of, our EMS billing abstract in the amount of $23,224.90.
Move that we approve this EMS billing abstract. Amount of $23,224.90.
Motion, do we have a
Second.
second? We have a second. Any discussion? If not, then all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. We have a water fund abstract in the amount of $26,246.15.
Move that we pay that water fund abstract.
A motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, then all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. Our sewer fund abstract is in the amount of $20,894.83.
And move that we pay this abstract for the sewer, from the sewer fund in the order of $20,000, $20,894.83.
Second. And also, I agree that it is somehow weirdly difficult to read numbers.
Yes.
I'm not at all.
There's a lot of
when I say that, just to be clear.
All right, if there's no additional discussion on the sewer fund abstract, all in favor of paying it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So we've got a little bit, let's see, we are reimbursing the town of Ulysses. Where'd Nancy go? For a small bit
Should
of
get the giant
unspent.
check.
Should.
We should make those.
We should.
Nancy,
schedule-
Keith is gonna do his best impression of Senator O'Mara and hand you a big check for $4,506.44 for unspent money from the Safe Routes to School sidewalk program.
Ooh la la.
If I have a motion and a second to do that.
Move that we approve this capital project, Safe Routes to Schools abstract in that amount.
No, that's how you get around it.
There's the motion. Do we have a second?
$4,506.44.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. Still paying a few last straggler bills on the well water project in the amount of $2,074.39.
Move that we approve that abstract.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I think it's important to note that Guy bills by a quarter hour.
He does.
Yeah.
Very meticulous. Doesn't round up. We appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, really.
A quarter hour. Any additional discussion? If not, then all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And last but not least, trust and agency abstract in the amount of $3,584.14.
I move that we pay this abstract from a trusted agency in the amount of $3,584.14.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion, other than the fact that Aflac does not have a quota?
Because they have a duck and a spokesperson. And so you think duck, right?
Kidding to change it.
My friend Jackie at Aflac would be very upset if she saw that. All right, any additional discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions.
Jeff, to get yelled and talk.
Do you feel
Bills
like you
are
take a lot
paid
of
for
flack
one
from
more month
them?
at least.
Is that what-
Second public
Yeah.
comment period.
Oh.
Three members of the public still present. Any comments? Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to ask, whether during the interim until you get the EMS coordinator that you feel you need, whether there's any way to get some of the reports that we used to get. Because we actually found those very helpful for tracking the town calls that either services, both fire and EMS, respond to. And they, in the past, previous coordinator did break out calls specifically to cars, because that had been a big area of concern, which I think is much better than it used to be, but that kind of tracking is valuable to us for our analysis planning and relationship building with your department and the agency. Record keeping, maybe that would be easier, but.
It should be doable.
I imagine that, I mean, this committee will be a good platform for
Right.
that kind of interaction that has been one of the things that's very difficult to keep up with. So I think we'll, at minimum, some sort of informal, like, we can,
Yeah.
we'll work something out. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know
it's gotta,
I've been doing almost as just to keep up with the bare minimum, so just, wanted to.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be able to do that. Anything else? Yes, as well. I would entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss front office personnel.
so moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I also said it was just.
Nancy, just so you know, we never got an actual invoice